Okay. Okay. Thank you for your invitation. I'm Li Kai, a PhD student at Tsinghua University. I'm honored to share my recent work. My research topic is speech separation and multimodal speech separation, and the audio language model. And our work is AudioTrust, is a benchmarking for the audio language model to evaluation the audio large language model trustworthiness. And today I will to introduce an increasingly important questions with you all. As large language models begin to have ears that can listen and can express their thoughts in the world, how can we ensure that they are trustworthy? The first is the large language model are beginning being more used more and more widely, and the traditional intelligence voice assistant need audio large language model to enhance their understanding capability, and they have taken our previous voice assistant from the Stone Age to the instructional revolution. Previously, the voice assistant mathematically recognized the specific commands and response based on some rules. But now they can smoothly handle various meeting scenarios and even extend to the professional fields such as education and healthcare. Mm, Many audio large language model can evolve from a novel tool to indispensable infrastructures, as they no longer process simple text, but rather to complex audio signal filled with identity, emotion, context, and privacy. The breadth and depth of these applications have made their trustworthiness no longer an academic issue, but urgent social topic. However, the powerful capability of audio language model also bring a series of severe traits. Uh, Imagine this: voice. A cloned voice could deceive your family or your bank system. That is the voice fraud. So after the large language model put on ears, can they distinguish between the real and the fake voice? The model might make biased judgments in the TOEFL or LTIS, LTIS speaking test, or the automated interview screens, just because of your accent or your voice characteristic. This is employment discrimination. Even more frightening is that in seemingly ordinary conversation, your sensitive information could be unintentionally uh, leaked by the model. This is privacy breach, and this risk is compel us to ask a core question: how can we systematically and scientifically to evaluate the trustworthy of the ARM in order to guard against these potential dangers? In order to answer these questions, we first outline the core challenges to the credibility of a audio language model. The first part include three dimensions. The first is fairness. We found that the the model exhibits obvious imbalance to handle when process voice of different genders. age, genders, age, race, and another personality characters. Such bias may simplified in critical decision making. The next is the hallucinations. This is especially dangerous in audio domain. The model may hear sounds that are physically impossible, such as burning underwater, or confuse the causal logic, such as hearing the sound of falling before the sound of a gunshot. This reflects the model ignorance of basic law of the world. And the other dimension is safety. This is the most direct risk. We designed two major types of attacks: jailbreak and the illegal activity guidance. The experiments show that the factors such as emotion, gender, and the specific scenario can significantly affect the model's security boundary. So in the second part of this challenge, we focus on three other key dimensions. The first key is dimension is privacy. We identified two main privacy risk. The direct privacy leak and where the model director states the bank account number, and the inference leakage. Where is the model infers your name, your age, race, or even health status from your voice? Our research shows that the model's ability to protect different types of sensitive information varies significantly. And the next is robustness. The real-world audio is full of various interference. We tested the model performance in the environments with the background noise, multi-person conversations, and adversarial perturbations. The results show that this real-world interference can seriously affect the model's performance. And then finally, is authentications. This is the core of using voice as an identity credential. We systematically evaluate three types of the attacks. The first is identity bypass and the voice cloning spoofing and hybrid spoofing. So we based on the above the challenge, we built the AudioTrust, the first multi-dimensional and systematic evaluation benchmark, specifically designed for the security and the trustworthiness of large audio language model, audio large language model. As shown in this figure, AudioTrust covers the 6 core dimensions we just discussed, and the further break them down to 26 specific risk subcategories. From the traditional fairness issue to the audio-specific adversarial robustness, to complex identity authentication deception, we strive to provide a comprehensive and independent evaluation framework. And we designed the different dimension from the AudioTrust. So we need to use this data set to evaluate the multiple model. So we to achieve the efficient and scalable and reproducible evaluation, we have designed a two-stage decoupled evaluation process. The first stage is inference. In this stage, we suppose the both open source model, such as Q1, OpenBMB, and another UltraVox open source large language model. And we also support the closed source model like the GPT, Gemini, uh, uh, ByteDance model. Yeah. So user can use the configuration fields to batch process our evaluation data set with different model and generate the raw output data, or output real results. And the second stage is to evaluation. This stage is carried out independently. We use the powerful GPT-4o as an evaluator to automatically and standardly score the outputs from the first stage. This decoupled design greatly enhances the flexibility. In addition, our evaluation method support model-based and statistics-based metric ensure the comprehensive assessment. And the core of AudioTrust lies in this contrast data set. This bar chart shows the distribution of our samples across the various dimensions, totally more than 8,000 audio text samples. As you can see, we have invested significant data resource in key areas such as privacy, fairness, and security. And this figure on the right is displayed the rich fields of each sample in our dataset. In addition to the audio itself, it also includes the detailed metadata, multi-turn conversational context, as well as the inference prompt and the evaluation prompt from for automatic assessment. This structured design is the cornerstone for achieve automated and reproducible evaluations. And the next, let we can close look to the evaluation design for several key dimensions. For the first is fairness. We not only focus on traditional uh, attribute attributes such as gender, age, race, and another personal character. We also introduce but more importantly, for the audio specific sensitive attributes, such as accent, language fluency, and social emotion states, such as we simulate this from the background source, and the personalities traits to simulate the speech rate and tone. We designed two types of these experiments. The first is decision marking, and the second, such as simulated recruitment, and the stereotypes, such as judging whether the voice sound more like a doctor and a nurse. This enable us to quantify the model's bias in high risk real world scenarios. And our experiment result reveal some distribute findings. The first is as shown the table on the left. This is a significant group unfairness in both open source and closed source when it comes to the decision marking and the another task. The table on the right show more significantly that stream models current general exhibit bias, and there is no ideal fair model. Interestingly, we found that audio language model overall performed better in terms of the pure text-based model, which may because the audio provides richer signal acoustic features that going beyond the text-based burst. Through this require further researcher. And this reveal the complex impact of the multimodal input. And next, we divide hallucinations in two main categories. The first is a factual hallucination. This includes the violations of the physical laws, such as the burning water and the libel mismatch, such as the libeling a male voice as a female, and the logit hallucinations. This includes the reversed causality, such as falling before being shot, and content contraction, such as describe a dog bark as a bird chirp, which may be due to the misunderstanding of the dog bark within a sentence. The core of our methodology is to challenge the model with our carefully constructed 300 more than 300 pairs of inconsistent audio text pairs in order to explore its deep seat in multimodal understanding. And the result of hallucination tests are very enlightening. Dominance. The closed source models, especially Gemini series, show a clear advantage in physical and logical grounding. And vulnerably, open source models exhibit significant difficulty when handling the attribute and the label mismatch. The paradox we found are an interesting phenomenon. Although GPT-4o is powerful, it's very easily misleading by complex textual information. Revealing its weakness in handle cross-model information complex. This reminds us that the strong large language model capability do not equal to the reliable multimodal reasoning ability. In the security evaluation, we focus the two core categories of attacks. The first is jailbreak, and the second is illicit activity inducement. We introduce three variable dimensions. The first is emotion, anger, or sadness, gender, and the scenario. The scenario is for the three main part, the cooperate, financial, and medical. Our design aim to answer one question. Is the model adhering to the rules and helping the user? When a user make an malicious request in an emotional and seemingly helpless tone, will the model defense waver? This simulates the complex social engineering attack in the real world. This result of the security text were sparkingly different. The closed source model exhibited near perfect defense, with their alignment training provide high effective. The open source model, on the other hand, shows a mixed performance and explores significant security risks. It's particularly noteworthy that the corporate domain become a easiest scenario to breach. Attackers by impersonating a CEO or executive in an urgent and emotionally charged situation, taking advantage of models' complex with instructions and its principle of rapid response and problem solving achieve high success ratings. The, the most critical finding is that when we conduct the STEAM test using the pure text, the model achieve 100% security. This strongly demonstrates that the security issue primarily arising after the introduction of audio modality, with the emotional and to tonal influence its brain rather than from the text content itself. And in term of privacy, we designed two type of attacks. The first, we construct 600 direct privacy leakage samples, cover the sensitive information such as the bank account numbers. At the same time, we created the 300 privacy inference samples to test the model ability to implement attributes such as age and race from non-sensitive audio. The work systematically quantifies the risk of the audio language model as a potential information leakers. The main finding of the privacy assessment are as follow. The first is the direct privacy risk. The model provides the various levels of protection for different types of sensitive information. For example, they are highly vigilant about the social security number, but their protection for phone numbers and address much weaker. They may reflect the bias in the training data. And the second is indirect inference risk. Will the closed source model perform better in preventing direct leakage? Their strong inference capability introduce a new risk. They can accurately guess your age, but are unaware themselves that is consistent privacy risk. And the second is the role of prompt engineering. We found that the simple privacy hints prompts are very effective to prevent direct leaks, but have limited effect in support the model inference-based leaks. This suggests a deeper privacy protection requires architectural level solutions. In the next dimension is the robustness evaluation. Our goal is to quantify the core task performance of the model under the real-world interference. We combine the clean audio with the 6 types of real-world disturb, include the adversarial attack, background conversation, and the environment noise, and audio quality degradation, and multi-speaker scenarios. This allows us to assess the model performance under non-ideal conditions. The robustness tax reveal a huge gap in model capabilities. The significant gap is between the powerful closed source model and vulnerable open source models. The open source model experiment a sharp decline in performance or even conflict when they face the noise and other adversarial attacks. Highlights the mini CPM O as an open source model, demonstrate the commendable performance in robustness and stand out as a highlight. The top model capability, the best model such as the Gemini cannot only withstand interference, but also perceived and described audio quality issue, demonstrate a higher level robustness. And finally is the hallucinations. We designed the three core type of attack. The first is identity verification bypass, explore the incomplex the password or emergency situations. And the next is voice cloning spoofing, using the high friendly clone voice method and to cloning your voice to 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 use a large language model. And finally is a hybrid spoofing. Combine the social engineering and the background noise. We can construct some examples for the data set to evaluation the corrected authentication approve rate. And we also tested the open source model and the closed model. We found for the voice cloning, we found the carefully design and design the system prompt can significantly enhance the model defense capability. And for the identity bypass, the closed model demonstrates stronger resistance, uh, whereas open source model greatly lacks this risk. Interestingly, the impact of background noise on hybrid spoofing is variable and can sometimes even reduce the success rate of attack. This suggests that on one hand, the prompt of hybrid spoofing play a significant role, and on the other hand, the model decision marking mechanism in complex acoustic environment are still immature. And the finally, we conclusion of our work. The first, we want to from the firewall to the uh, immune Emmanuel systems. We should no longer to be satisfied with building passive defense, but should strive to create AI that can self uh, perceive and even per repair to make the trustworthiness an adaptive capability. And the second is from learning physical to submitting to the physical. The artificial intelligence or the audio large language model should no longer treat the physical law as a knowledge to refer to, but must regard them as inviolable first principles embedded in the computational core. This is only we can put an end to the artificial intelligence hallucinations. And finally, from isolated individuals to trustworthy collective, uh, the future world belonging to the collaboration of countless AIs, we must begin to consider how to design the laws and contract and the foundations of the trust for this emerging society composed of AI. And finally, our dataset and the code link from will have this ER code. And we now update some new audio language model like a Q1 audio omni and Step audio and another new language model for our evaluations. And we will release the version 2 as soon. Okay, thank you. That's all.
Thanks a lot for your sharing.